Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Drewlik, we're doing PvP. Today we're doing something very different because I bring forth to you the AoE challenge, which consists of you can only deal damage if the spell is AoE. So, you can only cleave, to be quite frankly. And as dumb as an idea as it sounds, it is oftentimes very good to restrict yourself in a game, so that you learn how to play your character even better, because you know you have to walk in certain parameters and certain restrictions, and therefore maybe something good happens here. So you know, starting off, I try, you know, because it's such a unique thing to do. He stuns me there. Such a unique thing to do. You kind of have to improvise. So what I'm trying to do here is, because you know I don't really stand a fighting chance against anyone who one-on-one me when I'm only doing AoE. So what I excluded of this was death cooldowns. So death cooldowns is okay. I mean, it's not AoE, but you know it's not dealing damage either. So I'm just trying to break the line of sight right here, and I'm kind of entrenching myself up here. You know, orbital strike is also an AoE, and what I'm trying to do here is, you know, you can't get focus, you can't get in one-on-one, so I just try to deal as much damage as possible. That's for the other gunslinger, you know, he desperately tries to get me down there, but I'm just staying up here and just throwing nades into the thing. I think that's kind of the thing which I do the rest of the game, because, you know, it's an AoE spell, and it's the best I can do for the limited AoE spells I actually have. Like, I've got the Plasma Probe ready now. You know, you always, if you're doing this kind of thing, then you generally have to always, you know, if you cleave and you want to be effective, you're not bursting anybody, so the best course of action would be to actually do as much, to hit as many people as possible, and deal as much damage as possible, because otherwise, you know, I can tell, like, from now, we would have won mid so hard if I actually did some single target damage right now. But you know, as the challenge is, you know, it's only AoE allowed, so you know, just continuing. So you know, just throwing nades in there, just keeping them in there, and it actually showcases quite how ineffective AoE actually is, because if only one guy AoEs, you know, then the healer, he has AoE heal spells as well, and this just only pushes his healing per second. It doesn't actually deal any more damage or poses any more threat to the team. But when many people start to cleave, like if the whole team would cleave, then everybody would drop low. I think this is a concept which I kind of highlighted in an earlier video. But as you can see right now, I'm not having the biggest impact on the game, which was to expect, because as I just said, I'm doing only AoE. So you know, seeing that guy, maybe he's dumb enough to stand long enough into my nade in my Plasma Probe, and he actually did before I moved out there sideways. So that's about 20% of damage I did right there to him, and now I'm just continuing to throw nades. But the problem is, if you have got healers, this is not enough damage. So he nearly tapped the turret against me because I'm too bad. Now I'm trying to finish that guy with nades. It's so pathetic, but you know, that guy again, just throw a nade in there, so he gets interrupted. So you know, you can also interrupt there, and that's where I got found. So now I have to get a bit more creative, just double roll, because as I said, I excluded the death cooldowns, and also the roll has got scatter bombs in my skill tree, so it is AoE too. So you know, war banging and air banging would be allowed in this particular setup right now. So you know, just another orbital strike right there, and I'm back onto position. So that was just a minor setback. He just found me there very briefly, but he wasn't interested in getting me down there afterwards. So I just can continue being up here and throwing nades. I know it's not the most fun replays here, because all I'm doing is throwing nades, but it's kind of an experiment, it's kind of a test, so I think I figured that would be okay. So nice little AoE challenge going right there. You know, that sniper again has locked onto me, but again, just throwing nades into there, and yeah, that's where the That's where the plasma probe gets ready again, and again I'm getting kicked down here. So that guy, he's got again some kind of personal thing going right there, and that's where I get focused by the Sage, but again just using some death cooldowns. And now it's getting really hairy because the Marauder or the Sentinel is back again, and he's trying to get onto me here, but I think yeah, I tried to warbing him, but it didn't exactly work. He just went invis. And that's where he's still up there, and yeah, that's why I kick him away, because kick, again, is still AoE. It was an AoE kick, so no problem. Again, you could also count that as defensive, because it doesn't actually deal any damage. And he's still up there, so he kind of lost interest in me, which is nice, because I am back up here again, and I can continue to deal some nice little AoE damage. And the astounding thing is that it actually looks like we're winning mid right here. Even though I am kind of one of the most useless pieces of yeah, pieces of player right here, which you could imagine. And again, you know, seeing the gunslinger, you know, maybe throw a nade on him, you know, I can't do anything else, so might just throw a nade at him, you know. That's just the kind of thing, you know, finishing somebody with a nade is, I think, do I actually manage to do that? Yes, I do! Very funny thing right there. Before the healer could heal him, I actually finished that guy off with a nade. Nice little 4k nade crit because of the 30% AoE damage buff I've got going. You know, I've got about 105% surge on AoE because of my skill tree, and I believe this should be where we actually tap mid. No, it isn't. But we tap the other outer emplacement, so they have got other emplacements to tend to right now. So we should win mid quite shortly. And also they're grouping right now, so my AOE my AOE goings on are quite effective in that regard. So, you know, just messing about with the camera here and just throwing nades again. You know, it's kind of the basic thing. You know, once you've got the fun stuff going, like the plasma probe and the orbital strike, you just go back to throwing nades, because you know, basically that's all I can do. So, you know, again, just throwing that little nade. Now I'm on to defend right here, because one of my teammates said there was an ink. So, you know, just throwing a last little nade in there, maybe another one. Yeah, I think another one. And now I'm maybe switching over. Still not quite. I think now after I regenerated a little bit of health, now I think it's time to get over there. Did a little bit of AoE on the other side. Maybe I wanted to wait. That more people are attacking, so that I can actually do nice little AoE damage right here. But again, you know, he tries to tap, but I just throw a nice little AoE nade right there. Now it's kind of interesting because it's a Guardian 1-on-1, and again, I'm sticking. You know, that's just a level of commitment I'm giving to you here right now. You know, I'm still only using AoE. So, you know, he wants to get onto me again, but again, you know, just using the AoE. I could execute him, but I don't. Now he wants to get onto me again. This is quite awkward spot right now, but you know, the best I can do is throw nades, and he actually managed to die against me, or at least against my teammates, without doing anything. So again, the gunslinger here, who is doing more useful stuff than me, he's up there again, but just throwing that little nade there and he dies, which is nice. I have to say, this game was more or less carried by my teammates, so, you know, just so that you know, when you're doing things like this, like an AoE challenge or something, make sure you've got good teammates and the enemies aren't too good, because, quite frankly, you will be useless, and that's just where I am right now. Just throwing nades in there, just cleaving a little. It also was kind of an experiment to see how much, you know, just blinded him, because I kind of redefined that in that second as a defensive cooldown. So, you know, it's not cheating if you just redefine your parameters. So, you know, just rolling up there sideways, just glitching a little, and going back to throwing nades. You know, I think that has to be one of the most boring commentaries ever. So, you know, right now I'm just throwing a little bit of nades. What will I do next? Maybe I will throw a bit of nades. You know, you can never know. Maybe I kick him back, but I could throw some nades right now. So, what's going to happen next? I think I throw a nade. You know, that's kind of everything I can say about this thing, because that's quite frankly everything I do the whole game over. I just throw nades. And it's not making for some good entertainment, but no problem, because I just get healed right there. Again, MVP to everybody who has healed me this game. I don't think I have died until now, which is quite astonishing, considering the fact that I only threw nades and used some defensive cooldowns. And yeah, I think that's where we get over the point of no return, or I don't know what you would call that otherwise, you know, the halfway point, in which they can't win even if they've got 2 turrets, and once we've got that point, this game is won. And we're just about to cross that point. It's 180 to 360, just another tick or so, and then we will win for sure, and that's where we just won. Very nicely done. So they can't win anymore, even with the 2-1 advantage. So again, somebody coming back here, he tries to defend 1v3, but no problem. AoE Drewlik is here and is doing some AoE, but you know, there's a healer, so I'm completely countered and utterly useless, because you know, the one thing that counters the nades is a healer, and that's just what happens here. But luckily there's another damage dealer right here, dealing some nice damage onto the healer, making sure that he can only heal himself, and that my AoE is not dealt in vain, which is very nicely done. So, getting lower in the points, the enemies right here, they start to dwindle. Now he gets rooted right there, so I just try to do some damage, but I miss him quite a bit, and I just go back mid, hoping to throw some more nades. So it was also kind of a test to see how much damage you can actually deal when you only throw nades. So you know, I know of some sorcerers or sages that tend to only cast Forcequake or Lightning Storm into the enemies. That's something which quite some sages and swords do, which is very bad. And I think that's my first death right there. But I defended as long as I could, and I wanted to see how effective that actually is, because it looks good at the end screen. You know, at the end screen you always can see, oh, it was about 600k damage, about 800k damage. But the problem is, if your damage deals, you know, like 2k per second on 5 people, it's utterly useless, because healers can easily heal that. So generally what you want to do is kind of incorporate your cleave into single target burst. So you know, if you throw the occasional nade whilst you're bursting in a group of people, it's no problem. It's very effective, but if you only cleave, you're missing out on a ton of damage, and this is what's happening here. But still, I still kind of managed to stop them from tapping anything. It's they have got like about 40 supply left, or I don't think it's a supply. It's I think it's shields or ship HP or something like that. But they have only got 30 of that left, and therefore we will win shortly. And you know, just getting back in mid, throwing a little bit of nades. I think that's the general theme of the of this gameplay, is just you know, throwing the nades in there, and that's where I think I get focused again. Maybe I'm trying to make a run for it, you know, but no, I'm not. I'm just dying. Quite unfortunate right there. But you know, the damage has been dealt. It's no problem. We've still got 1 turret. It's going to take quite a while, but only 2 ticks left, so no problem. We just wait that out, and maybe we'll go back and throw some nades. No, I'm not motivated, so I think I just run back to my emplacement right there. So with the end screen coming up, I want to have a nice little final word on the whole AoE challenge thing. I think I deal about 600k damage, but I'm not the best of our team, which I would have definitely been if I actually used some spells, and I think I've got about no killing blows at all. You know, there's somebody who's got I've got somebody who got 640k and someone who's got 900k. Yeah, so quite frankly, I did a terrible job in this game, but I've got 37 assists, because I actually tagged everybody by doing AoE. So that's a good way to cheat yourself through Battlegrounds. Well, anyhow, my name is Drewlik. You've been watching Drewlik PvP. Have a good one.